All right, friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about reflecting over lines. So this is when we have a line and we're going to be reflecting some dots or shape or something like that over a line. Dots, I should call them points. Geometrically, they are called points. Okay, so reflecting over lines. Here for your notebook, write that down. If you do not have that written down yet, write that down. If we're reflecting over the line y equals x, it's going to be x comma y becomes y comma x. We just flip those guys around. What do I mean by that? Well, here I've drawn out our graph, and this orange line, it's kind of faint there. That is y equals x, right? When x is 2, y is 2. So that's the line y equals x. So my original point here is 3 comma 1, and then if I reflect it across that line, you'll see that it would land right here, which is 1 comma 3. So just as I was explaining in that rule there, xy becomes yx. All you got to do is flip those around if you're reflecting over that line. Now, what about this one? If you haven't already written this down, this is another good one for your notebook. What if we're reflecting y equals negative x? So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to flip your x and your y. So xy becomes yx, but you have to make both of them negative. So if they're already negative, you need to make them positive. You basically need to do the opposite. So I've drawn it out here. Now, the line y equals negative x is this faint orange line here. It goes the opposite direction from our y equals x. And so I started with my b here, which is -3, -1. And you see if I reflect it across that line, it lands right here. And sure enough, not only did the signs change, but the pace, not only did the spots change, the x and y reverse themselves, but the signs changed as well. Okay, so let's talk about let's do some examples of those guys. We are going to say, reflect 3, -7 over the line y equals x. Reflect 3, -7 over y equals x. Well, the rule tells me all I have to do is flip those. So if this was a, then a prime would be -7 comma 3. -7 comma 3, that's it. If this is m, now we're reflecting this over the line y equals -x. So not only do we have to flip them around, we have to change them. So then m prime would be -4 comma +5. Okay. Now what about other lines? Reflect -2, -2 over the line y equals 2. So let's go out there and we're going to say, all right, -2, -2 is this point here. Bam. Now the line y equals 2, it goes through, this is our x-axis, this is our y-axis. It goes through the y-axis at 2. And we make a line to go through that. All right, so you see how this is 4 spots away from this guy right here. Let me try and use a color here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and kablam, our new, so we'll call this one B. And so this is B. And this one would be b prime. So our new point would be over -2. So b prime would be -2 comma 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 6. Okay, so let's look at x. So let's say we've got this guy right here. We have reflect across -4, and I'm going to call this one L. So -4 comma 2. So we're gonna go over 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 2. Bam. Reflected across x equals -2. So if this is our x-axis, this is our y. We're gonna go through our x-axis at -2. 1, 2. And we're gonna draw a line straight through that. Obviously it's gonna go up and down, because if it goes the other way, then it's just right on the axis. Okay, so you'll see that this guy is 2 spots away from that line. So we need to make it go 1, 2 spots away here. And that one is going to be this right here. So if this is L, this is L prime. So L prime would be over 0, up 2. Over 0, up 2. And that's the easiest way, I think, to reflect across a line like that. Hopefully this helps, and we will see you next time.